All right. We've got a little bit of a giveaway today. So we're going to get to that in a minute. And I am literally watching who comes on and who gets in here and gets this $50. I'm going to cash app you $50 if you're the first to answer the question. Now, if you didn't see the question, uh, should be watching because I like giving stuff away. I do it a lot of times when I'm in some of the um, communities that I'm in, and I like to say, this one's called Winner Winner Chicken Dinner because $50 will buy you a chicken dinner at least on it. So I'm gonna get into some stuff today, but I came across a site that I think is such a game changing site that if we're able to use this, I think the way I'm going to show the monetize my lifers, if you are if you're in the paid community, the monetize your life paid community, then this is the kind of stuff that you are going to want to know about. I came on earlier today so that I can have time to show this and I can have time to talk to folks as they come in and try to win this $50. I was gonna do more, but I'm gonna start off with $50 and I'm gonna see what kind of people want to get in here and win this $50. Now, if you have been following, and I'm watching my phone too, if you have been following me and following the stuff that I do, then you know what I say. The question was, what are the 4 P's that I talk about in my lives? So, what I would be doing if I'm you is, first of all, taking notes. And second of all, if you're just coming and you're brand new and you're going, oh my gosh, what is this? He's giving money away? Yeah, giving money away. So, I am going to see how many people are paying attention to what I be talking about. That's number one. I got to adjust my camera here, y'all. It's acting up. Okay. There you go, buddy. That's a lot. So that becomes one opportunity. But if you have been following me, then you know this camera. I'm right here. So you know the 4 P's. The 4 P's that I talk about, not this 4 P's that you getting ready to look up and go, what are the 4 P's? Okay, you can try that. And then you get a chance to answer. I was having some people on yesterday and they were answering. So I can see it right here. I can see it right here on the screen. I'll be looking that way if you answer the question right. Now, I'm going to let you think about it if you have not seen. I decided to come on a little earlier because I'm testing out some different times. I'm seeing if, 7 o'clock works better. People are settled in a little bit, but 9 o'clock's too late. They're like, bro, I'm getting ready to go to bed. I ain't got time to be watching you. Okay. But so I'm going to be talking about this site today. Man, this stuff is so game changing. And I'm not even going to tell you where it's from, but it ain't from here. But anyway, another story. It's called Otsio. Have y'all seen this site? Oh my God. I've been breaking down this site and I didn't even put this on. Now I didn't start the live off talking about Otsio because I wanted to get you in here and see if you know what the 4 P's are. If you know what the 4 P's are, what I'm going to do is the first one that answers it correctly, I'm going to cash app you $50. Now, hopefully you got a cash app. Otherwise, I'm not sending nothing to Zelle. I'm not sending nothing to, whatever else. Cash app, because I got cash app. So that becomes a question. That's why I says this is Winner Winner Chicken Dinner. That was the title. Boy, Facebook and YouTube are going to be like, what is this guy doing? Yeah. So watch this site, though. Look at this, man. And as a monetize your lifer, I come on here and I talk about it all the time, right? Monetize your life guy. So if I'm finding a site that we can break down, reverse engineer. Oh my gosh, that's the whole idea. We reverse engineer this stuff, and then we take a look and go, oh, how can I use this in my life for the things that I want to do? And then how can I break it down and use it in a very specific way? Um, it's fire. It's fire. I'm gonna show you. Here it is. And I want you to check it out when you get a chance. And then what we'll do is one of these days I'll come on and then we'll go into it together. How about that? Yeah. All right. So here it is. Take a look at this. Now I use the free version because I like to start off with everything for free. But this thing right here is, as I'm understanding, and I already did one product in here that I'm thinking about doing. And all I did was ask it all tasks in one ask, smart sourcing with AI. So you put in what you're looking for, something that you have an idea about. Look at this. It's going to search out the global supply chain. It's going to analyze best sellers. It's going to evaluate suppliers. It's going to discover trends. That's really what I want to discover, trends, bro. So look at this. I'll show you what I ended up doing. Let's see if I can show it here. History, my history. All right. Discover trends. Evaluate market potential. I think it was this one. No, that was another one. Okay. Let's see if this was it. Evaluate the profit potential of coffee. No, that wasn't it. Maybe it was this one. Hummingbird product. That was the very first one that I did. Not the discovering love after 65. Oh, this is what it was. It was makeup for men. Oh my gosh, this was it. So I'm going to show you. It wasn't this stuff, because I was going to write a book on that. Where is it, man? It gave me a fabulous listing. All right, so it looks like I may have to do it again. So, okay, discover your needs. So makeup for men. Let's do it. Makeup for men. Now, why do I say makeup for men? Because I'm watching a whole bunch of guys that are getting on here. It's trying to get me to, I don't want to sign up. All right, we're probably going to have to do something different, y'all. Let's see if I can trick it into answering my questions. Makeup for men. All right. Oh, so it wants me to do all that. So we're going to do this. We're going to go to an incognito window and see if we can trick it. SEO.com. Right? Sometimes you do that. SEO.com. And you go and it sometimes doesn't recognize that you've been on there already. So let's see, makeup. Now, why I say that? Because we got a lot of guys that get on here and they do these lives, but they need makeup. And makeup for men is becoming a big, big, big thing. So I was like, wait, what? Really? I didn't know that until I started reading about it. It's not going to let me do it, y'all. Darn it. So it recognizes me. So continue with Google or sign up. I don't want to do all that. You know how that goes. Sometimes you say, all right, so let's see. But I did get some insight. So what I did is I did a Google search. I'm going to come off here real quick. So I did, all right, here's what it gave me all this information, because this is right here. We'll go out and search products. I'm going to go ahead and pull up one of the Google Docs that I have for it. And I think I was able to, from SEO, yeah, this is the Google Doc. So I was able to download some stuff, and it gave me all of this information here. Y'all probably can't see that. All right. So, and then we'll get into the contest. Well, if y'all thinking about it, the contest is I'm cash apping somebody $50. $50 if you can tell me what I talk about on my live, the 4 P's. The 4 P's that I talk about on my lives. If you try to Google it, you're not going to get it. Just saying. All right. So here it is. This is what it talked about. Watch this. Let me make this bigger. Now it's trying to get me to sign up and all that kind of stuff. I don't want to do all that. The very first thing I was doing was writing a book about people that are lonely. And I says, I'm not lonely. I'm married and all that kind of stuff. And she's right in there. So, but there are a lot of older people that are lonely. And I said, what would I write about for them? But it wouldn't do that. It was like, look, we only deal with products. So stop asking that question. Fine. So I says men's makeup, because a lot of people get on and do lives. They do podcasts and all that kind of stuff. And I remember the first time I saw a brother, he had on some makeup and I was like, that dude looks fake. But then it did make him look smooth. Just saying, right? So I started looking at this and I found when I went on to Osseo, I'm definitely going to sign up. I just don't want to, start doing the runaround with them right now. They give you one chance, they give you your one time, and then you can look up something cool. But this is what it gave me. And I was able to print out as much as I possibly can or pull out as much as I possibly can. But look at this. The men's makeup market transitioning into mainstream skin first category projected to be $7.3 billion. Now we're monetize our lifers. Yeah. That means we don't care what we go into as long as it'll make us money. The men's makeup market. Now you've been seeing a lot of men come on and talk about, I think I saw David Justice, the baseball player. He came out with a line. And then some people were, I think LeBron's got a line of, men and stuff. And then, you got the manscaping stuff and all that. But anyway, now, if y'all can go ahead and answer the question, if you believe you got the answer to the question, winner, chicken dinner, you get to win your $50. I'm gonna cash app you, promise. The first one to answer it correctly, I can see it right here on the stream. I can type a message back and everything right here. If you're watching this on YouTube, then you could just go into the YouTube comments and comment, "Hey, Randy, I think this is the 4 things, and I want a winner tonight. I want to give this money away." Okay. But look at this. The men's makeup market is projected to reach $7.3 billion by 2033. That's an 8.7 growth rate. That's what that means. Growth rate in 2026. Current consumer demand is driven by preference for invisible grooming. Now, I would be using that on the sales pages and all that kind of stuff. So we'll get into that in a minute. Right? So look at this, covering dark circles or acne marks without the stigma of traditional cosmetics. So there's a lot of men out there that don't want to be like, oh, I'm wearing makeup and all this kind of stuff. Okay, that's fine. But then look at this, market opportunity and strategy. Now, I got all of this from Osseo. Now, Osseo, of course, is trying to get me to, pay. I don't want to pay. It's trying to get me to pay. But look at this is the opportunity that exists for us. It will look up all of this stuff. It'll look up your supplies. Now, I'm not a guy that likes necessarily e-commerce, but they're making e-commerce easy. Are you kidding me right now? And oh my gosh, if you saw some of the stuff I was doing earlier today, how you could just take this website and just copy it, man. Oh, it's beautiful. So now you may not be in this space, but that's not the point. We go and use it and leverage it to get information. That's the key. We use it to get information on things. Y'all get it? Like I was doing the dating space for finding love after 65. Finding love at the, I'm not 65. I'm a lot younger than 65, but that ain't the point. I just want to see if this is a space where people are searching, and if they're searching. Another one, discover trends, evaluate market potential. This is what I was doing. Evaluate the market potential for men's cosmetics. And this is what it gave me. Now it's trying to get me to sign up. I don't want to sign up yet. I just want to check it out. But man, you talk about being able to dissect information and then turn that information into potentially and hopefully income. That's what the key is, right? So this is what I got from it. Bam. So I got this information, and it's not obviously going to give us all of the pictures that are on the thing, but it'll give us enough. So look at this. It says 2026 assumptions and scope. This is what it's looking at. It's saying the market analysis focus on global male grooming market. All right. So it was doing all these cool things while I'm watching. I'm watching it go through. This is pretty agentic. In other words, they use actual agents that go out and do things. Yeah. So while you're doing whatever you're doing, it's out there going. finding stuff for you. Now, our job is to get this information. If you want to spin up an e-com store, great. That's awesome. But if you just want to, and there's all kinds of different things, and I've just been discovering things that you can, and I'm not an e-com guy, right? I like digital products. I like SaaS products. I like creating websites and landing pages and digital real estate. That's what I like. I don't fulfill, but I like getting information. And if somebody is searching out male cosmetics, then that means maybe I can do an information product around male cosmetics. What are some of the best things to do? Here's a warning signs. Here's what you shouldn't do if you get some stuff from Korea, if you get some stuff, whatever. You see where I'm going with this? Yeah. So, all right, wait. Is anybody coming in at trying to understand what the 4 P's are? What are the 4 P's that I talk about on my lives? Answer it. You got to answer it in here. Let's see. I should be looking on YouTube and seeing if well, it'll show here. So if you answer on YouTube, then I'll see it here. If you answer on Facebook, I'll see it here. You just got to type it in. Yeah. All right. Y'all down? All right. I might not be on here long. I'm going to just talk about this and I'm going to bounce. I want to be able to give somebody $50. Somebody might go, oh my gosh, that's not enough money. Whatever. Okay. So look at this. Forecasting through 2026, leveraging momentum observed from this target segment, invisible professional. This is what they want. They want stuff that doesn't look like they're wearing makeup. Because, the moment you see like, dudes wearing makeup, and, people have all kind of funny feelings about that. Identify high velocity products that solve a primary consumer barrier, stigma of visible makeup. So you seeing what it's doing is giving us the reasons why men would want to search for invisible makeup. Now, what we're doing is saying, I could care less if it's makeup. I want to know, is it something that I could sell and make a profit on? I happen to have a men's line. I'm not going to say what it was. I've had the domain for probably 4 years now. And it dealt with that. It was like during the pandemic, I was watching a whole bunch of people come on, and all these dudes, man, they were looking terrible, right? Either they were growing their beards out or they just didn't look smooth. I'm like, man, these guys need some makeup, right? And I'm like, yeah, because you need to cover up some stuff. Just saying. And that's what made me go get the domain. I never spun it up, but that was because I didn't want to be in e-com space. I didn't want to be in the space where I got to get product and send product out. That ain't my game. But if it makes a bag and you can make a nice piece of income, well, we look at it. All right. So I went here to ASIO and I says, okay, ASIO, give me all the information about this. So trend list, it says the market is currently pivoting from heavy cover skin first hybrids that prioritize undetectable application. All right, it's giving me stuff I don't care about right here. All right, it's just giving us opportunities. And this is what's even better. Oh my gosh, this is gold. It's saying they don't want stuff that's cakey. They want it discreet, even in the packaging. So when I started thinking about my cosmetic company, which I should have spun up because we had people come and spin cosmetic companies up and get $1 billion, Kylie Jenner. When I'm sitting over here just sitting on my hands saying, oh, should I do this? And then you see men spinning up stuff and you go, wait, what? I'm late? That's why we talk about acting on things. But look at this is the piece right here I want you to see. TikTok. It's giving us where they got it from. Cosmetics business, TikTok, YouTube, TikTok, right? So the point is giving us all the data that we need to start going out there and asking different questions. These questions become, what is it that I can provide that makes sense for folks? Can I go out there and put something in front of folks that make them go, I think I'll do that. That looks interesting. I think I want to do that. That's what it all comes down to, y'all. We don't care, quite frankly. We don't care at all if it's men's products or whatever products, right? We care about if we can make money doing it. And now you know how it is. sometimes the results are not typical implied guaranteed. Some people make money at this stuff and some people do not. They don't do nothing. They do not make any money, or they half-ass it. They don't make no money. So, okay. So search interest for men's makeup peaked significantly, reaching a score of 73, indicating a massive seasonal trend-driven surge that is expected to stabilize into a higher baseline in 2026. That's what I want to know. Is this thing going like this? All right, now anybody trying to win? Let's see let's look in here. Not yet. All right. I keep my $50 in my pocket. Go eat my own chicken dinner. Saying. All right. So the following chart illustrates momentum, the shift from 2024 to 2026. That's what we look for all the time. We look for where are things at, and then I like to ask myself the question, if this site did all this, I didn't do none of this. I just put in men's makeup and it gave me all of this data. Now, if this was trending down like this, then I'd be like, this ain't a thing, because 2024, 2024, 2024, 2020, now it's going up. All right. So now candidates are ranked based on demand velocity. You see the information and the way they decide and determine whether or not this is something you should go into. That's what I'm trying to say, is that this gives us tremendous amount of data that we can now make decisions from. I'll probably break this video down and I'll start talking about it a little bit differently. I'll say, instead of winner chicken dinner, because I just want to do that for today, because I want to give somebody $50. Y'all been good to me. I wanted to give some of this money back. That's all. So it talks about it, right? Concealer stick score 4.8, highest discreetness, because a guy might want to, he's hung out that night and he might want to go do a little something. You know how it is, but they want to be discreet. That's good. All right. Shade matching, that was a problem I had read about. Oily skin. This is what I used to use, because I would be getting on here and I was all greasy. So I would use this this stuff right here. Right? It's like a I don't know. It looks a little weird now. It's been a while, but that's what I would do. I would put it on my face right up here and get the shine off. You know how you get people on there and they all shiny and stuff? That's what I'm saying. So I thought, man, how many men that do longer podcasts and all that kind of stuff and do all longer shows, and they want some actual makeup to make them look better, get rid of the lines and all that kind of stuff. Now, sometimes you got the filters that make you look good, but those are filters, just saying. All right, dark spots, stuff like that. Men are vain too. That vanity can make you a bag. Not saying that it will. This is for educational purposes only. I'm not giving you financial advice. I'm just saying, if we got this kind of data, if we got a site that'll give us this kind of data, literally, that'll give us all of this data on different products, and it will tell us. Now, don't get me wrong. This is owned by Alibaba. They got AliExpress. They got relationships with producers. They're trying to make a bag. What we're trying to do is say, if they can give us information, could we also use this information a little bit differently? Can we look in here? I'll give you an example. I like to look at it from a variety of perspectives. I'm going to tell you, this is what I do. I may be looking at this and I go, man, I really like that landing page. I want to copy that. So I might take a snip of that like this. I might take a snip of it like this. And I might go, I want to capture that landing page because I may want to use that on another product. That's the point. I may want to use it somewhere else. So that's one way to use it. So we look at stuff like this. You may go, okay, cool. I like this landing page. I like what they got here. You may like the picture. You may say, oh, that's really dope what they did there. All kinds of stuff. Look at this. Some search and compare products across. This is what they're doing when we come here. Business analysis, product design. What if we went into product design? Let's say I'm trying to discover some trends here. Oh, wait a minute. Tell me your niche. All right. That's, I know it's still, as soon as I hit this, it's going to say, hey, sign up. Men's makeup. Fine. I'm signing up. Signing up, y'all. All right. See, it got me. That's all right. It can't hurt. So look at it. Look what it's doing. I'm ready. Now, I'm looking at all of this. ICO. ICO. That's how you say this. Now, I already got it done yesterday, so I already got the report. I'm just kind of doing it again, seeing if it gives me some more information. I just want to show y'all this right here is a gold mine, but I'm looking deeper. I'm reading the skill.md. What is a skill.md? Are y'all seeing? So I'm looking at this because this could also share with you if it's talking to its AI and its agents, and you're getting a chance to see how it thinks, then it's also giving us prompts. It's giving us a chance to create prompts. Okay, so I'm searching for current trends in the men's makeup market across various platforms like TikTok, blah, 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 blah. See what it's doing? Across TikTok, YouTube, Reddit, and general market to identify popular segments. Boom. Now we put this in for anything. So you see what it's saying? Here is Google Trends. If I want to view the details, then it's saying I'm fetching detailed content from top beauty and market insight URLs. Oh, so it's going out doing all the work for us. Looking this up. Now we could have put in anything here and it is doing just that. Now I mistakenly came on and says, what if somebody is older and they're trying to date? So I came in and asked it that, and it says, I don't do that. I do other stuff. Now, I wasn't doing that for myself because I'm writing a book about it. In fact, I already wrote the book. And it is it's fabulous. I literally took the information I got here. And the reason I wrote this is because I saw that it was a problem. Now, it's not my problem, but it's a problem. And I says, well, I wonder if I can create an information product around people that are trying to find love after 65, after 70. Not in my lane, not in my space, but yet in my lane and space, in that I'm an information product, digital product. Can I create another digital product? Can I do that and then monetize my life with it? So this happens to be a problem. I saw people asking about it on Quora. So I says, I think I can make something around that. And boy, did I ever. So now I'm going to be selling that starting next week to go out there and do everything I can to make a couple of bucks because it could be help. And it was very good. It was very helpful. I saw it and I thought this is pretty good. People out there need to see this information. Just saying. Now look at this. ICO has gone out there and done this for us, y'all. Now that it has my information, thank you. That's stuff that we saw already. All right, so see 200 agents and more, get up to 200 agent tasks and more tasks immediately, cancel anytime. You see it's selling. All right, it's trying to get me to, do a free trial. It's going to give me a little bit free, but that's good. That's fine. But now in the meantime, I got all of this information. Now, here's what I want you to do. First of all, try to win that 50 bucks. What are the 4 P's that I talk about in my lives? People are going to be hitting me up next week or later today. Watch them. I don't want to come on live and do all this stuff. You don't have to come on live. You just go on whatever platform you're seeing it on, and then you just type in the answer. That's it. The 4 P's I talk about. Don't be sending me no 4 P's of marketing because that would be wrong. Okay. You might be able to win after today. Just saying. And then I'm going to announce the winner and all that kind of stuff. So I wonder if 50 bucks wasn't enough. Maybe I should have said 100, 200. Anyway, look at this. The winning product was this one, 4.8 out of 5. It leads the ranking due to its portable format and high potential to solve current industry failure in neutral shade. So it's already telling us the winning product. It's also giving us this information. Remember, we saw that on the Google Doc, but now we see it differently because they're showing. Look at this. The men's makeup market is giving us assumptions about the market that allows us to look inside and seeing what's going on. Now, again, we could have put down anything we wanted as long as would you like to analyze specific supplier? Would you like to, let's go and view some more details. No, I just want the details, man. So now look what else is doing for us. Here's the trend, viral on TikTok shop, stealth grooming. So we say things like stealth grooming. We use that because that's what's happening on TikTok. We then would say, here's our price. It gives us that pricing. Oh, okay, good. BOF, radical simplicity, insight, growing search for groomed structure, all kinds of data for us to use to go out there and do what we need to do to make money, make a side income, make the main income. All right, let me see if anybody's out there trying to win that money. You could answer on LinkedIn. You can answer on Facebook. You can answer anywhere. I'm double checking, seeing what's happening. All right then. All right. Looks like I'll be taking my money back home. I sure want to give it away too. All right, never mind. Following chart visualizes the final weighted ranking. So it's deep dive. Look at this deep dive packs, discrete concealer pen. All right. So it's giving us all kind of good stuff that we can now go out and ask a question about. Do I want to pop this ecom brand or not? Right? Do I want to create something like this? And there's all kind of places that they're giving us that we could pull from. The structural masculinity of skin color, but this is just gold. Now, I would do something like this because my Man Cover Cosmetics, I never told y'all the name. That's the name. So mancovercosmetics.com is the one that I own. And I had thought about this again during the pandemic, never pursued it because it didn't win. When I typically will do, if I have like 4 or 5 ideas, I'll stack them up against each other, and whichever one rates the highest is the ones that I do. That's pretty much what it comes down to. So it didn't win because I knew it would be some work that I wasn't prepared to do at the time. So, okay, so here we go. Data gaps, specific sweat proof duration metrics. So it's given us all kinds of information. This right here should inspire you to start thinking about using tools like this to get data. That's one of the biggest things. And that's why I did it. I says, hey, I just want the data. Just give me what it tells me. And then what can I do with that to go out there and product out there to say, hey, listen, I'm not trying something based on I believe it'll work. No, I'm trying stuff based on the fact that I see that it works. Plain and simple. I see that it works. I got reports that it works. I got analysis that it works. And then you pop it and you put it out there, and then you got all of this stuff right here that says it should work. And we test. We don't go out there right away. Look at this. They've even showing us how it looks, right? You see, you got multicolors. You got a price range. That's beautiful. That's right in my price range. And of course, it's a Alibaba. This is a product by Alibaba. But if you think about this, you start saying, if it'll give me all this information, this kind of data on this stuff, what else would it give me information on? And that's the zone and lane that I want you to be in, is to start thinking, what else would this do for me? Here we go. How to enter. So all you have to do is literally type in, here's my 4 P's. You just type in the answers. See, I'm going to just call you DD if I may. This is how you enter. I talk about them on my lives all the time. So let me type that. So just type answer. And this is it. I'm type the answer. Just type the answer here. I'm going to send it, and I'm going to say it too because you can hear it. All right. So just type the answer here. You can see it on Facebook. And right now I got it. It just went to Facebook and it just went to YouTube. my answer, this person came off of YouTube. So that's how you enter. $50. You answer what I talk about in my lives. Now, if you haven't seen any of the lives, then you should go and watch them. Just saying. Because I talk about them a lot. All right. So, okay, let's see what else we got. Somebody else is trying to enter. All right. And I can see all the comments right here because this thing links to all of them, right? It links to my Facebook stuff. It links to my YouTube stuff. It links to my Instagram stuff. So this tool will link to them all. But anyway, all right, I'll wait a little bit longer. I typically only do about 30 minutes on here, but I may go a little bit longer to give people a chance to get $50. I'm literally listen. If y'all know me, you may not know me, but I pay. So all you gotta do is answer. What do I call my 4 P's? Now, like I say, don't be trying to put in no stuff that you think it's the marketing 4 P's. Nope. Go get the information from my lives. Listen to them. I talk about them all the time. If I don't get a winner today, then I'll probably run the contest again. That's all. But now, okay, yeah, seeing what's happening, how we're using this ASIO. We're using this to discover stuff. It's telling us here where stuff is, here price ranges, all of that. Now, my question to you, see, I'm on the free plan, right? It's going to give me my free fresh tags. I get some more stuff, agent tasks. I only ask for 2. Okay, great. So now, if I were to refresh this and ask for something else, right? So ask all tasks, ask for something. So let's say I want to analyze bestsellers or discover trends. I like those. I like discovering trends. So I'm going to say discover trends. And then I'm going to say discover trends, home office trends. Okay, that might work out. You see, it's trying to give me to buy stuff. That's fine. I'm going to say in the single person business. So that's probably home office, right? Let's see if it'll give me something. Single person business. It's going to think I'm talking about dating. I am not talking about dating. Single person business. Think of the request, most effective approach, detailed action plan, discover trends of single person. Okay. Discover trends for single person businesses. Okay. It's trying to get me to buy stuff. That's fine. Let's see. Start now. Let's see if it gives me something. So now you see what I'm doing here. You see what I'm going to see how to enter. Where is the answer? Why would I tell you the answer? The answer is in the lives. I have done lives. I'm going to answer this person. Why would I give you the answers? You got to get the answers. Yes. You have to answer. I wonder if somebody's got their AI. Somebody's got a bot just probably trying to answer questions for me. You have to answer the question based on what I have talked about in my live shows. That's it. Stop playing. All right. So look what it's doing. It's going out there. I says, I want to do this. I want to identify trends in the single person business. Yeah. Single person business. All right. You know how you can tell this person isn't from the United States is because they use S's. Recognizing. Which is fine. I don't care where you're from. As long as you got Cash App and if you answer the questions correctly based on my other shows that I have talked about it. I ain't going to tell you which show. I'm not going to tell you the answer. You got to go find out. You got to see which ones. Now, if nobody answers today, you have an opportunity to go and listen to some of my old shows. I've been doing lives. And typically in the lives, I'm not gonna tell you which ones, but I talk about the four P's, the four P's that I talk about, not what you think, not the marketing four P's. So let's get off that. The four P's. If you find them and you answer it, even if I will. So, for example, let's say you don't make it tonight. We do an hour, you don't make it, and you still figure that you can find it. So you go listen to some of the shows. Okay. And then you hear it. Because I usually will go, here are the four P's. Y'all know I talk about this all the time. Okay. Then you want to answer it. If you're the first to answer, you still win. And then if I say I'll announce it on a show, hey, this is somebody who won and blah blah blah. And then what I do is I says, okay, send me your cash app and I'll send you money. That's it. Simple. Not hard. All right. So now look what it did for us, y'all. So now this thing is supposed to get to work. I'm spotting trends in social da da da. I don't know if it's gonna do it for me. So here it is. Start to ask. I'm fetching details, URLs, concrete examples. It's trying. It's doing everything it can. Now, this is typically for, and you see it's using some code in here. I am reading the code, Python coding standards to ensure all data analysis and validation. This is fantastic. Why is this fantastic? Is because you can see how it works and how it thinks. Now it's trying to find stuff. Is okay. Single person business. Yeah, well, maybe somebody's out there selling coffee. I don't know. I'm generating a final action report for solopreneurs. Good. It's now right on the right track. It determined that a single person business is also called solopreneurs. I just hate the name. I own the domain singlepersonbusiness.com. So now what it's doing is top trend opportunities for solopreneurs. That's what I wanted. Look at this. This is beautiful. It's right here. It's telling me how it evaluated it to help you launch a successful single person business in 2026. Get this. I have analyzed the latest market shifts, consumer behavior data, and sourcing feasibility. Let's see what I got here. Somebody's answering. Okay, so you know how to enter now. You know, you see, recognizing. Okay. I have analyzed the latest market shifts, like that, consumer behavior data, and sourcing feasibility. Where solo entrepreneurs can win by solving specific science-backed pain points rather than competing on price alone. Yes, this is dope. This is what I wanted. I evaluated trending product candidates. So now it also is going to go try to find candidates for us, things to sell that as a single person business. Now, guess what? I'm going to use this information. Yeah, I'll use this information and I'll teach people stuff. Due to high margins and powerful non-toxic hook, I don't know what this is all about. Microplastics, all right, whatever. A high growth functional mushroom coffee. Not sure why they're talking about products. Well, because it, after all, is trying to find a product. PCM cooling pillows, highly profitable, faces logistics challenge for solo owners due to bulkiness. Okay, so what it's doing, watch this. See, this is what it's doing. It's trying to find things that a solopreneur can do. Single person business. So we at the house, you're sitting in your room, right? You rent an apartment, you rent from the landlady, or you rent a room, whatever. I want you out there thinking about how can I create business wherever I am, whatever my situation. You're in a trailer, you live in a camper, you ride around in a van, that's fine. Nope. DD, you are wrong. Because number one, the first one, recognition. Second one is package. What is what you know? And third, package what you want. Oh, wait for it. You're close. I can't give you as a winner, but you are close. You used a couple of them And I would even tell somebody if you get it out of order, that's fine, but you're not correct. You used a couple of them. I like that, but you got a couple wrong. But now go back, listen to some of my old lives. Not that far. I think I talked about it a couple of days ago, in fact. You can even use some GPT. I don't care. Go look at it. I'd rather you listen to it, but people are going to do what they're going to do. They might just get a transcript of it. I don't know. I just gave you a tip. So come back, give it to me before I get off the show. I'm literally looking at the answers. Well, I know the answers, but I just wanted to make sure that I said it right when somebody says it. And I'll even take them out of order. Now, some things, if it was more money, I'd say you have to say it in the right order. You have to say it in the right order. Just get it right, and you're not right. Didi, I don't know how to say your name. Dilsith Dilu. Dilsith Dilu. Dilsith Dilu. Dilsith Dilu. I don't care if I appreciate you're in need. Answer the questions. Go here. Here's the wonderful thing about content. If it's free to you, Dilsithalu. If it's free, if content is free, just go listen. Go listen to all my lives and come back with the answer, and I have no problem paying you. I get this all the time, by the way, Dilsithalu. Come on. So I cannot be gamed. Just saying. All right, but keep trying. So, okay, look what's happening, y'all. I'll give you an example. Just like what I'm doing right now. I leave Easter eggs all the time, and I'm going to start doing more. I'm going to start doing more Easter eggs. I'm going to start leaving Easter eggs in my content, but you got to listen to the content. And then I usually will leave Easter eggs. Easter egg basically is little clues of things. I'm going to start doing that a lot, and I'm going to run more of these contests. Why? Because, like the Sithalu said, I'm in need. Well, listen to the content. Listen to the content. Run it back. Go listen to 4 or 5 of the last 4 or 5 lives. It's within the last 4 or 5 live shows. Specifically the live shows. Just go and sit there. If you got time, just listen to all of them. And it's going to pop out to you because you'll see me do something like this. Just saying. Now, I just gave you a clue so you can go anyway. I'm trying to get you your money, man. I don't know if Dilsithalu is a woman or a man. I don't know. So look at this. I want to show you this, y'all, and then I'm gonna close up. So you see what's happening here. It's saying hey, buddy, you got 1 left. Agent task left. It refreshes 3. I get 3 more tasks tomorrow. So, but y'all seeing what I'm doing here with this ASIO? ASIO is a fantastic. No. Saritha? No. Why? Because you just literally gave me the 4 P's of marketing. You gave me the 4 P's. And I said earlier, it's not the 4 P's of marketing, but that's a good shot. Yeah. The 4 P's I talk about. So, yeah, good try. This is Saritha. Yeah, Saritha. Nope, not quite. But first to get it. Now, I'm going to probably be on here. As I look here, I've been on for 49 minutes. And I like to, yesterday was an hour and a half. Did I talk about it yesterday? Trying to think. Go listen to the lives. Go listen to the lives. I said. But all right, so here it is, y'all. Check this out. Now, remember, ASIO giving us all kind of information. All we did was we just put in that I wanted to discover trends for the single person business, right? And then it says, okay, great. It likes to call single person businesses solopreneurship. Then it's trying to match me up with um, different products for a single person business. Now, this right here, what I wanted to show y'all is this is the gold. And the gold is so cool because this gold gives us stuff to think about, but also stuff to create from. So now look at this. It's saying, okay, boom, this is right here. I don't want that. 2026 top trend opportunity for solo entrepreneurs. Okay, great, great, great. Strategic assumptions is telling me some stuff here. Let's go into more details. Strategic assumption, wedges. I like that. Identifying wedges. Pain points and demand. That's how we get down. Primary market, North America. Almost. Almost. You got one thing wrong, Sarita. One thing wrong. Almost. You're all, I ain't gonna tell you what it is though. Man, I should next one. I'll give you you won't get the $50 on this because you got something wrong. You kind of used a little bit of what Dilcitilu did. You kind of used a little bit of his stuff, which is or her stuff, which is fine, but it's just not right. There's a very specific thing that I say when I'm talking about the 4 P's. There's a very specific things. Keep trying, not practice. And you would have to put them all together. Not practice. But you're doing, you're thinking, you're thinking, you're thinking. 4 P's. Now let's think about this. All right, now look back to this. I think somebody's gonna get it here pretty soon because I'll be off in 8 more minutes. So you got 8 minutes to figure it out. 8 more minutes to figure it out. And then what I'll do is if you, YouTube obviously will send me an email and saying somebody made a comment. So the first person that gets it. And if you're on here, I see it. You'd be the first person. That's the point. And you're obviously on YouTube. Yeah. Some people coming from Facebook too. So, all right. Now, y'all seeing what we're doing? Top solo business opportunity scorecard. Nope. Keep trying. You got to listen, man. Go and listen to some of my lives. You're guessing now. You're probably hitting Chat GPT and trying to figure it out. That's why I made it so that Chat GPT would not figure it out. It's something that I say as the monetize your life guy. Something that I say that you should do to potentially go out there and earn yourself a living. Just saying. So, all right, candidates were evaluated using a weighted opportunity score. Look at this. It's telling us what we should be going into. I don't know. They're trying to say cotton activewear. What does that got to do with being a solopreneur? The following chart illustrates the competitive gap for these niches. You start seeing some of the problems here too. And or just know that when you're using a tool like ICO, that you might have to just come correct. It's trying to find a product because that's what it does best. Right. And mushroom coffee is just guessing. This is what we would call hallucinating. Because this is not what I said. Now, that's probably my fault because I should have just stuck to finding things that are e-commerce based because that's what they're good at. Solo logistics scaling. Okay, it's trying. £1. Expand. Okay. Maintains a single person overhead structure. One product hits 50 plus sales a month, transition to a dedicated 3PL. Okay. All right. So it's trying to do phase 3. Solo it's trying to do ASMR hooks for mushroom coffee. It's saying basically sell mushroom coffee, I guess. TikTok accountability to the radical honesty of your sourcing. I don't know. It's trying to match up. It's not doing too bad. All right. Y'all want to try something else? Y'all want to try one more? Let's go ahead and refresh this page. All right, what should we try next, y'all? What should we try next? Should we try, instead of a solo business, let's try a topic. Let's say, I know, here's one. This is one that I don't know if y'all ever get this tool called trending topics like I do. Well, trending topics will tell you about different topics. Let me try this. Trending topics. Y'all ever get those? No, I'm sorry, not trending topics, exploding topics. Now, again, this is what I do all day long, is I'm trying to find things that need exploding topics. Let's go to exploding topics. We're going to create a topic, and then we're going to put that in here. So I got one from January 20th. It's saying that there's all these different automated in management. That's one. Heart and soil. That's another one. This is a beef organ supplement company. Color drenching. I don't know what that is. Painting style. I do like the beef organ one. AI toothbrush. Okay. Users brushing behavior. What's next? I don't like any of them. So I'm going to go with this one right here. So what I did was I went into my email and I found out that there is a trend called heart and soil. All right. So heart and soil is a direct to consumer beef organ supplement startup. I like that. All right. So I'm going to say beef supplement beef organ supplement. Now I'm keto, so that's really in line with beef organ supplements, heart and soil. That's the name, beef D2C beef organ supplements. All right, beef organ supplements. Let's go with it. Let's go with that one. Let's see what it got. So I got one more left on my free trial for today. And you see what it's going to do is it's going to go out there and find insights on this stuff. So we get a chance to see this live and see how ICO works. And I will check in on y'all, see where y'all was at. Disitalu, I need to see them all together. All right. But you are correct in that the first one is package. Yes. Yes. Hopefully you're going out there listening to my lives. Now give me the rest. Don't play, man. Or lady, don't play. Put them all together. If one is packaged, then you're doing the right thing. You are by process of elimination. All right. You're on the right track. So I say, first, you must package. Damn, you got it, bro. First, you must package. Disitalu wins. Disitalu wins. First, you must package. Then you must price. Then you present so that you can position it to profit. That is exactly it. The 4 P's. So watch what I'm getting ready to do. Disitalu, send me your Cash App and I will send you your $50. You won. And then I'm going to announce it on tomorrow. All right. So let me take an image of this quick. There we go. I don't know what TQ stands for, but okay. But yeah, now watch how that makes sense, Disitalu. If I'm saying that right, if I'm saying it wrong, my apologies. But watch this. So think about this. Okay, you're from India. All right, great. I wonder why I get a lot of people from India that gets on my shows. I wonder why. I think when I first started the channel, a lot of people from India. That's cool. I don't care where you're from. I do a lot of work over in India, or I got a lot of VA teams in India working on stuff. So anyway, so think about it like this. Anytime you would come across a piece of information, and this is why this works. This works because anytime, I don't know, y'all got Cash App over there, Disitalu? Your email's in the description. Okay. All right. What do you got? Like PayPal or something like that? If you got PayPal, I can probably send it through PayPal too. But they're gonna smash it once they take their fees out. But whatever. I might do it. I might do it through that because y'all don't got Cash App over there, I don't think. Yeah. Hey man. If I'm sorry, if you're a woman, then I won't call you hey man. But yeah, this is the cool part. I do this all the time. Watch the videos. I could definitely use the stuff, but this is why I do this, is because watch this. Think about it like this. The information I'm showing y'all today, right? I just showed you how to discover trends. If you notice, this is what we're doing. Now I'm going to bring it all around. All I did was I'm using a new tool called ICO. Yeah, I don't like messing with it Remitly. I tried messing with Remitly. They stunk. I'll get you your money, but we got to find a better way than Remitly. I can't. I looked Remitly. I was going to be using that for somebody that was doing editing on my videos, and it wanted to get my driver's license, all kinds of stuff. And I was like, Remitly, no, I'm not giving you all of that just to send somebody money. So what I have found that works real well, and I literally just use it now, is have people use PayPal, and that works pretty good too, right? And most people, PayPal works. But yeah, but this is hopefully I'm glad I can motivate you today, because here's what I want you to see. Watch how I put the 4 P's together. All I did today was give you information. I showed you some things, right? Now, here's how I want you thinking about it. I don't care how old you are. You could be 12, 13, 14, or 50. It doesn't matter. Is that the information can be packaged? That's P1. Because once you start thinking about it, you go, how would I package this? How would I package this? Okay, that's one. Then once I package it, then I need to put a price on it, because that's how we do our due, right? We then price it. Now I gotta say, I got something. I just packaged this information that I found. I put a price on it so I can get paid. You may not know the price, but we put any price that we think it might people might be easy to buy. Then we go, well, I got to present it next. I got to present it. I'll see. I'll see if Remitly is acting better, but I'll get it to you. If you want to send my email, what you could do is send me a request. If you want to do it that way, that's fine too. But Remitly, I'm telling you, man, they put me through so much stuff, and I was like, I can't stand them. But I understand Remitly is like a better price thing over in India from what I get. But anyway, go get this. And then we got to position it. So the first thing we do is package it, price it, present it, like I'm doing now. I'm presenting information. Then we position it so that it can profit us. So in other words, I'm not going to put a women's product in front of a men's bathroom. That would be wrong positioning. You see? So we start thinking about, how can I do the 4 P's just about everything? Because if we're going to become monetize your lifers, like I consider myself a monetize your life guy, if we're going to become monetize your lifers, think about it. Then as a monetize your lifer, you're constantly thinking about everything that happens. All right. Yeah. You can get the email from YouTube. Yeah, they got it, because I get hit up all the time. Right. And then just send it to me. Fair? All right. Don't be weird. Just send it and I'll get you your stuff. So, all right. Package it, price it. Yep, I do have it. IG. IG is monetize your life guy. Present it so that you can profit from it. This information right here should get you excited. Period. When you get excited, when you start looking at, okay, Randy just showed me a new site called Osseo. The site is owned by, who cares? Doesn't matter, right? It's Alibaba. They do information, they find stuff. I can get it for free. Look at that. I used up mine for today. I get 3 more coming on tomorrow, right? So in about 4 hours, I'll get 3 more. But it gave me all of this information. Now watch this. Desithelu, and let's see who else was on here. Samantha, or not Samantha, it was another name. Something. I know this guy. Somebody, you had it wrong. I can't say Sarita. I get a lot of people from, I can say, I must have a pretty big Indian following. That's good. So anyway, this information right here, look at this. The beef is starting to tell us the beef organ supplement market is in a sophisticated growth phase. I don't know what that means, but it sounds exciting, doesn't it? With approximately 695 million by the end of 2026. But look at this. The trend is driven by the nose to tail ancestral eating philosophy. Okay, that is an indication. Why is this? Now, this was a exploding topic. Now, here's what I suggest y'all do. When you start thinking about this stuff, you start saying, okay, cool. Information. Now, what should I do with this information? First of all, I should package it. So I would create an information product out of it. I would say, here's the number one ketogenic, or I would say ancestral eating philosophy taking off right now. Package it. Put a price on it. An ebook, 50 pages, 80 pages, full of good information on how people can go nose to tail ancestral eating philosophy, leveraging that, and then going and eating this kind of, you see what I'm doing? Now, I would find out where they sell this stuff, and then I would become an affiliate for it. So that's a tip number 2. So I would then become an affiliate for it. So now I'm going to package my ebook. I'm going to have my upsells as to places that they can go and buy the product, because people are going to get the information because you packaged it. You put a price on your ebook. You present it. You go on lives, do YouTube videos, whatever it is, and saying, oh my gosh, I discovered, like I'm doing right now. That's your presentation. And then position it. Have I put it in front of people that are interested in this nose to tail ancestral eating philosophy so that I can profit from it? And that's it. That's all I did with this right here, is took a look at different things. And then it's like, okay, cool. I got some products here. I could sell those products. Why? Because you're going to become an affiliate for those products. You take a snip of it, like I'm going to do right now. Watch this. Here are examples of wholesale products. Private labeling. Wait, what? Private labeling. In other words, put your own damn label on there. So yeah, you could do it that way too if you want. Great. All right, cool. We got that. Discovered the trend. Okay, there's some prices. This is Alibaba. So I can actually get it from Alibaba and put another price on it. So they're going to give it to me for $3 to $4. Great, great. And then I'm going to sell it with a higher price point on it. That's it. Strategic roadmap. So what we've done for free. Okay, I see it. Okay, I'll check it out here in a minute. I got you. Don't worry. I got you. Let me see. Let's see. I'll probably see this. All right. Also, send me an email. Send me an email. Send me an email right here. I just want to send this to you, so I'm going to reply just to you. Oops. I'm going to send you my email. Let's see. All right. You down? Here it is. Because you won. So, Desithelu, tell me this. Tell me this. How did you figure out the 4 P's? Did you go back and look at Dilsith, THDILU. All right. So tell me, how did you figure it out? Did you look at some old ones? Did you look at my old videos? So yeah, there we go. So you should be able to see this. All right, great. All right. That's it, y'all. We package stuff. Look at this. This is giving us so much information that if you decide you want to go into the beef organ supplement, because now this is another one. I just found this on a something that I get for free. They exploding topics. If you get on their newsletter, they will send you information on. They'll give you like maybe 4 things that are exploding, topics that are going like this. Now, what we do is take that information, come into another free tool. Say you got no money. This is how we do it. And you say, great, I'm going to write a little report on that. And then I'm going to dive in. See, candidates, add to list to save, continue comparison across. Okay, I see what you're saying. All right, I'm out of stuff, y'all. So anyway, I'm going to now take this, I'm going to create from it, and I'm going to put it out there for sale. I'm going to get on maybe some YouTube. If you don't feel like you want to be in front of a camera and all that kind of stuff, I get it. That's fine. That's fine. So look, y'all go like and subscribe to the channel. Put your headphones on and listen to all of my stuff. I'll see on the statistics who's listening, where it's from, country, all that stuff. Now, the great thing is, and if you know, in the description field, I typically will leave the tools that I use. Okay, cool. Let me look it up. You say you sent me an email. I'm looking right now. See. All right, I see you. Bro, what a name. That's awesome. I love that. Okay, cool. I'll get it over to you. I'm gonna look at the other one, Remitly. Ugh, I can't stand them. They mugs had me pulling out my license and all kinds of stuff. I'm like, nah, bro. I'm not doing all that. All right. We have a winner. And how you say it's like Dilshith. Say that too fast and we got trouble, buddy. Dilshith. Okay, that's fine. Glad you found me. So yeah. Tell me how you found me. You see what we're doing here? We're just literally going through and showing you how to take information and turn it into potential cash flow for yourself, right? Now, again, this is for emotional, educational purposes only. I say these things as it's not typical, implied, guaranteed, or even promised that you will make any money from doing this stuff. People that try this sometimes make nothing, and I mean nothing. Why? Because they don't pay attention to some of the things I'm teaching and showing here. They go off and do their own thing, fine. But here's what I have found. If you just take a look at how I put all this together, I use free tools. I got information. I then started asking questions about the information. And then I says, I'm going to apply the 4 P's from which Dilsithlu just got, his $50 go a long way in India. I know this to be true. $50 US, boy. So you know what? But that's what it takes. Sometimes you listen to all of my lives. You listen to all of the stuff that I'm doing. I'm always talking about things that'll help. That's the big idea. And I don't care where you're from. And you want to listen in on how I help, then do that. That's it, y'all. We now have a winner. I can go home and eat my chicken dinner. All right. Y'all feeling pretty good about all this? All right. Good. Let's get out of here and let's go and see each other on tomorrow. I may come on earlier tomorrow because I'm off from teaching right now. So this may be an opportunity. I tend to find myself going longer when I go on earlier because it's been an hour and 14 minutes, which is some pretty good content. and we got a winner. So that's always good. I don't know what. Okay, so a $50. What do they call them? What do they call it in? I've been to Thailand, and over there it's the baht. So if it's baht, it's called. All right, I'll see what I can do on the Remitly. I'll see, because I tried to sign up with Remitly. They just was asking too much, for international sending money, because there's so much grift. I can't do it right now. I'll get it to you by tomorrow. Trust me, before the show tomorrow, because I got to go and do some other stuff. But if I got your information, make sure on my email that you send me all of your information to be able to send it by, even if I use Remitly. All right, I've had other people try Remitly, and if you can find another way to get it, I've used one of the last ones that I used was pretty good, and the conversion was pretty good too. What's that other one that's over there? I forgot. It's not over there. It's starts with a, can't remember it, but there's another one. So again, Remitly is one, but I just remember it giving me a lot of trouble. And if I have that kind of trouble, then for me it's typically a no. But there was another one that was pretty good, Wave or something. I think it started with a W. That wasn't too bad. Using that one wasn't too bad. Let me Wise. You ever use Wise? Used to be TransferWise. Now don't rush me now. I'll get it to you. TransferWise. See if I've used TransferWise and they know me. So see if that's something that you can do as well. All right, so that's the show, y'all. We will talk to you on tomorrow. I may be back to the regular time. I haven't decided if 7:30 or 7 o'clock seems to work better. I might stick to that. Y'all let me know if you like that one better. Well, heck, over there in India right now. So if it's 8:47 here, that means it's like, what, 7:47 in the morning? Yeah. Okay. I'll take a look at it. If I get off here.